Another one I saw on Amazon and I wanted to show. I have like this strange obsession with like looking up fuse panels and things and trying to figure out uses for them and seeing if they are any good like they say they are. So I've used these a few times. I've even bought the pre-wired ones. Pretty nice. And this one I had at my G at some point. I was testing it out. So I even did a thing and I DT'd to make it easy for triggers and powers and everything else. And the bare one is just an empty box like this. The only thing I don't like is these are kind of flimsy. Not that bad though, they cost nothing. The weird thing is it has this strange fuse in it that nobody ever uses. It is nice that you can zip tie this stuff for like a strain relief, but overall I had the one in my engine bay for a while and it did okay, but man, if you're gonna do something where heavy moisture or water or whatever, this one looked pretty neat too, and I think this was like 31 bucks with relays, with fuses and everything. And what's really neat is it has a weather seal on the bottom, like a rubber. You can put this on something and bolt it down and water won't get behind it. And then even if you can get behind it, it has all of the weather seals for the relays in and out and the fuses in and out. But this one's really nice. This one's very solid. It even has a waterproof lip here. So it probably wouldn't work on a submarine, but man, that would take some healthy water abuse, especially if stuff is all being wired underneath. And this thing could be just flush. Yeah, this thing's pretty nice. So I was trying to decide between something like this or this for my fuel pumps in the back of the car. I have 4 separate fuel pumps I'll be running, and wanted something back there to look presentable and play with and try to learn something new, as always. But I think I'll use this heavy guy, and then I have spares for if I want to do something else like a trans cooler or something else I forget. So 4 fuel pumps, 2 spares, see where that gets us. Just wanted to show these 2 off. Pretty nice to use them for simple things if you're gonna relay a bunch of stuff. It's pretty cool. It seems intimidating till you build 1 or 2 of these, and the absolute hardest thing is just planning what the hell you're gonna do and not screwing it up. At least that's my experience. All right, ladies and gents, this is what I ended up wiring here. Let me try to put this down nicely without knocking everything over. So this is the 4 fuel pumps, and then I have 2 reserve guys here, and these are all the power lines. I ended up overdoing it a little, and I'm gonna crimp these down into like a battery wire. You know, just big crimp, big battery wire instead of so many little ones. And then what I did was I put all my triggers, how I'm going to use them, into a DT connector, making it nice and easy there also. And then I got so this one goes to, so I purposely made I found a wire that was a nice 10 gauge, and it's this orange and red. So this is the lift pump, and then this is the primary running pump out of the surge tank, out of the 3. And then these 2 red ones are pump 2 and 3. So lift, primary, 2, 3. And, you know, that just makes wiring them easy. And everything is in this box then. And I have 2 more, say for like a trans cooler or something else that I put in the back. So ready to rock, pre-wired, just has no output pinned yet. But everything else is ready to go. So nice. I actually think this fuse box is really nice, especially if you weather seal everything. It's going to be in my trunk, so I don't have to. I did these just so the wires wouldn't wiggle. I put them in for fun, since all the way at the end there I'm good. But yeah, I got my fuses and my relays. I put a 10 ampere on the lift since it should barely have any amperage. And I plan to clamp all of these just to confirm that they are getting good power and ground. The grounds from the pumps are going to get all separately done. I want to put a ground post somewhere, chassis, and all the pumps to it in the trunk also. There's no ground in the back of the car yet to the relocated battery. So this is, what is this, day 3 of spare time slamming all this stuff together. So I believe I showed, yeah, I showed all the way up here, and then if I'm going to do returnless or if I'm going to install a regulator, or it's kind of all up in the air right now. We'll figure it out. So the other thing I did was I showed how I did the fuse box and the surge tank. Is my lens dirty, or is it just that crazy outside? I mocked up all the wiring. I did the fuse box. I want to go over that a little bit, but just wanted to show it quick. So there's the whole guy right there. Fuse box, everything else, triggered by the Holly, and then the second and third, all of them. So there's 4 fuel pumps, so that's why there's 4 relays and fuses there. So it's the lift pump and the tank, the main pump that goes to the engine, number 1 in the surge tank, and then 2 and 3 are going to get triggered, and I can trigger all of those independently. So I wanted to get all that wiring nice and neat, and tied it into a ground cable that I needed to put to the chassis anyway. What's awesome is I'm putting it all right behind this thing. I think I will make a bolt-in, a little bit more of a bulkhead here than just the fabric seats. So I could easily do nutserts and probably put, you know, a nice piece of aluminum or something over all of this garbage. But I thought it was a really good compromise for how to set up the whole trunk. Normally you're reaching really far in to use unused space like in the top of the deck lid here, and both of the battery and the surge fit here really nicely. So it's nice to be able to just like fold down the seat for an access panel to work on all this stuff. It has been, so yeah, I just sit here and I crimp battery cables and sit here and wire the fuel pump stuff, my tools out. It has been quite the experience. Very luxurious, accommodating, 5-star even. So I got all of that mostly sorted. I have oil in the engine, need to put oil in the tranny. I have a regulator on the way in case my other plan falls through. Should be moving fuel sooner than later. And once the fuel's moving, I'm essentially like a starter away from starting this. Now I need my oil feed stuff done. That should be coming Sunday or Monday or something like that. Need my oil feeds done. Otherwise, it's just going to shower oil out of there. Yep, got to do trans, everything else. Yeah, stuff needs fluids and fluid connectivity. Other than that, moving right along really well. So fuel is almost done. As soon as I get the regulator and some other stuff, I can start testing the pumps individually, triggering the relays and seeing if all 4 pumps work as they should. And probably pull like the front line off and you put it into like a bucket. You blow all the crap out that would appear somewhere. Actually, you should take it off before the rail so you don't shove all your cuttings and millings and fillings and filings into the top of the injectors. So yeah, we'll take off the 8s, dump them into something, you know, blip that fuel pumps a couple times and see how everything goes, and look for the 35 leaks.